Hello there, guys. It's Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo for the European Cricket Network for a European Cricket Series match preview. And today I am previewing match 53 out of the European Cricket Series Barcelona. It's the first match of the final day of group action, which is Thursday, the 29th of October. And this game sees Gracia taking on Joves. And this game will begin at 7:30 GMT, which is 8:30 in Central Europe, and it's 1 p.m. in India. And as always, wherever you're watching around the world, you can watch it on the European Cricket Network, whether you watch through our website, europeancricket.com, or our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network. And of course, if you are in India, you can catch it on Fancode. And just a reminder, if you don't already, why don't you follow us on social media? Because as I always say, there is so much happening in the world of European cricket. And that was certainly true on Wednesday evening there at the ECS. So why don't you follow us at European Cricket, or you can follow me at Mr. Maximo. You can also download an app to your mobile device. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network, and put notifications on so you don't miss a beat. And you can also send me a message at Mr. Maximo. I always enjoy getting messages from lots of you guys all around the world. Sorry if I can't get back to all of you, but also you can leave a comment on this video and I'll get back to you when I can. And certainly it was a very interesting day there in Barcelona. For all the latest news and articles and information about our players and teams in the European Cricket Series, why don't you log on to our website, europeancricket.com. And of course, the standings are all important because only the top two teams from each group are going through to the finals there in Barcelona for Finals Friday. But before that, we do have the final four group matches in Group B on match day 14 on Thursday, the 29th of October. You can see their Group A is all done and dusted. United, Girona and the Kings going through to the semi-finals. But if you want to see who's going to go through from Group B, log on to that website, europeancricket.com. And of course, finals coming your way Friday. But we have four matches, as we have had every day in the European Cricket Series Barcelona. Matches 53 to 56 happening on Thursday, beginning at 1 p.m. Indian Standard Time, so don't miss out. Make sure you join us for some fast-paced T10 cricket action. Well, before we talk about Wednesday night, let's talk about this match, match 53 between Gracia and Joves. And we do have some likely lineups for you. Gracia, they'll be led by all-rounder Hira Mahe with Kuldeep Lal to be their wicketkeeper, while for Joves Babar Basharat will be their skipper. Abdul Rahman Ullah will be behind the stumps for them. And let's talk a little bit about these two teams. Well, Gracia, they were one of the four teams of 2019, and they were the second best record in the whole of the Liga Catalana. So they won 19 and only lost 3 of their games in T20 competition, but they've really struggled in the European Cricket Series, winning only 1 of their 5 matches. But they did get that win finally in their last match back last Friday. So they are capable, and they have back-to-back matches to wind up their campaign on Thursday morning. So they could go out with a bit of a winning streak, but they do have to keep the form up because early in the tournament, they were very disappointing indeed. For Joves, well, they've played 6 matches so far, so this is the final match of their European Cricket Series journey. Now, of those 6 matches, they've won 2 and lost 4, but they are coming off quite a remarkable match on Tuesday. In fact, they posted the highest score of the entire series, a huge 171 runs against the men in blue. So that will be hard to beat, but I'm sure that they plan to bow out of the ECS with a win in this match against Gracia. Let's have a look at Mr. Maximo's 11 to watch. Hopefully you find this information useful, particularly if you are participating in some fantasy cricket. Starting with Gracia, I have super highlighted Muktia Singh, who I think has been their most influential player when he gets on the park. Now, he's picked up 6 wickets in the series and he's been destructive with the bat when he's got an opportunity. So watch out for him to end the series with a bang. I've also highlighted for Gracia some other players, Kuldeep Lal, the keeper, who was their leading run scorer. I should say he was the leading run scorer back in the first ever European Cricket Series back in March in Alicante. Now, that was the only series pre-coronavirus lockdown, but he hasn't quite been able to recapture that form during this series. He's certainly got the potential to make a big score if he gets in, so they'll want to see the back of him early. He normally opens the batting. I've also got a couple of batsmen, Bikramjit Singh, who normally bats number 4, as well as Alumdar Hussain. And we saw him open the batting in the last match, and he went 6 and out. So unfortunately, that wasn't a great a great experience for him opening the batting, but hopefully he does get another opportunity up there because he can clear the ropes and he could be a very effective power play batsman if he can evade dismissal early in the innings. I've got another all-rounder there, Hiramahe, the captain, who would be disappointed with the results in this tournament from his players, but he has had his own moments with bat and ball and will want to go out on a high. He's got a very good economy rate with the ball of under 7 per over during his time in Barcelona. Now, finally, I've got a bowling option there in Trailerchan Singh, who has 5 wickets for the series. For Joves Units, no surprises there. I have super highlighted Shahid Nazir, who set the tournament on fire on Tuesday with the first and only century out of the over 50 matches we've seen played in Barcelona. Now, that innings of 116 not out of only 34 balls included 14 Maximos. So that was by far the most explosive batting we have seen sustained in an innings. And he would love to reproduce some of those fireworks in the final match of their campaign. But it is hard to make lightning strike twice. Let's see if Shahid Nazir can do it again. I've also got another batting option there in Muhammad Ali Zafar Khan, as well as some all-rounders. Now, the one I've gone with is Usman Mushtaq, who's been very effective since coming into the side. We've seen him open the batting. He made 42 on debut against Pak Moncada, and he also picked up 5 wickets on Tuesday. So he was a great addition to the team. He's a very good player to have in your fantasy team if he does get on the park, so watch out for Usman Mushtaq. Now, I do have some alternatives there. I've got some shadow all-rounders. The captain, Babar Basharat, as a shadow. The captain was a great foil for Nazir in that huge partnership. In fact, he came in at 21 for 4, and after that, those two put on 150 runs unbeaten for the 5th wicket, which is an ECS record, and Basharat contributed 35 of those runs. I've also put a shadow all-rounder in, another one, Taki ul Mazar. Now, he had a good strong start to the series. I've got some bowling options to round out. Muhammad Rahman, who has been pretty expensive with the ball, to be honest, but he has taken 5 wickets in addition to some pretty useful contributions with the bat. And finally, I've got Isra Ahmed, who has 4 wickets in this series at a very good economy rate of just under 8 runs per over. So, before I get to my prediction tonight, I do have to mention the Golden Ball game, and it's the second Golden Ball we've had in Barcelona. In match 52 on Wednesday evening, we saw Barcelona and the Catalunya Tigers going head-to-head, and what a finish it was. In fact, if you do one thing after you watch this video, make sure you look up on the European Cricket Network YouTube channel the highlights of match 52 in Barcelona. The Golden Ball, it was incredible as we had Barcelona tie the game in extraordinary circumstances off the final ball of regulation before the Golden Ball split the teams. And again, it was quite an entertaining finish. I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen it, but make sure you look at the highlights of match 52 because it was one of the most incredible things I've seen. And what a way to have eventually split the teams after a very entertaining game. So well done to everyone over there. It was very exciting, and it certainly was an interesting way to end Group A. In fact, we ended the first day of Group A action with a Golden Ball, and we ended the final day of Group A action with a Golden Ball. So good luck to those teams, United, Girona, and the Kings, of course, on finals Friday, and they'll be joined by the top 2 teams in Group B, of course. But before we get to that, we do have the final day of Group B action on Thursday, 4 more matches. Now, with these 2 teams, Gracia, I really fancied them coming into this tournament as one of the front runners because of their great record in short form cricket over the last 12 months. But they have been absolutely horrendous. And every time I've picked them, they've let me down. And so I'd be crazy to pick them again. As far as Joves Units, well, they were pretty disappointing for most of the tournament. But of course, in their last game, they broke out in sensational style with the innings of Shahid Nazir, led them to a record score in Barcelona of 171. So it's a very tough one to pick. Most people would probably go for Joves Units, but perhaps I'm just going a little bit crazy from watching all this cricket and all the excitement. But for some reason, you'd have to be crazy to tip them again, but I'm tipping Gracia to win because I think they may want to go out with a bit of a bang. They've got back-to-back matches, like I said, on Thursday morning. So it's a bit of a Thursday surprise that I'm tipping, and I do like those. But I'm pretty much banking on the fact that Shahid Nazir won't be able to make lightning strike twice, like I said. I think it'll be difficult for him to recapture that kind of form. And look, to be honest, if he gets going, I do think Joves will get over the line, because he was absolutely unstoppable. But sometimes after a big innings, you can come out and things aren't quite the same. And we have seen him fall early a few times in the tournament. So I'm actually going to put my chips on Gracia to win this one in a bit of an upset. And I put Mukhtar Singh to have a good game and perhaps be the star player. But of course, there's plenty of information there. And as always, don't take my word for it. Have a look on EuropeanCricket.com of all the statistics and the scorecards of the game so far when you're picking your fantasy team, if you are playing some fantasy cricket. And yeah, definitely use my prediction responsibly, particularly today. But Gracia, I'd have to be crazy to go for them again. I'm a bit crazy, but we've seen crazy things happen there in Barcelona. We saw some crazy things in the Golden Ball match. And of course, that's why I'm wearing my Golden Ball shirt for the show tonight. So we hope that you do enjoy the game. Of course, it's right here on the European Cricket Network. Just a final reminder to follow us on social media. But for now, this is Vinny Sandhu, Mr. Maximo for the European Cricket Network saying enjoy the game. We'll see you next time on European Cricket.